Hi everyone, this is Nadia Subratie coming to you live from Queens, New York from createwealthwithnadia.com. How is everyone doing today? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. So I have an awesome topic that I want to cover with you all today. And today we're going to be talking about my near-death experience and what it feels like to cross over into the spiritual realm. So this is what I want to share with you guys today. The last time I did a video like this was last year, January, and I had some spiritual stuff that was happening while I was shooting the video, while I was live. There were orbs that was shooting all over my face. You could see gold orbs in the background, white orbs that were floating all around. That video is on my YouTube channel, and a lot of people in my audience were able to see it. Did you just see it? Look, it just went this way. Did you guys see it? I've told you I'm very spiritual, right? I'll show you guys this video later. I just saw it. It just went this way. Anyway. Guys, I want to talk to you all today about my, back in 2000, I was involved in a serious car accident, right? And I was 26 years old. I had just gotten married. I was 6 months married at the time. And my brother, needed a ride to go to Westchester. He was graduating from high school and he was moving back to my mother's house. So back then I had a driver. And he was honestly my husband's driver too, because my ex-husband is a surgeon and he didn't like driving. So we had a driver 7 days a week, 24/7. So wherever I needed to go, the driver would take me or drive him to work. So I had a driver 24/7. So my brother needed a ride to Westchester, and he called me up that morning and he asked me, and I said, sure, I'll take you. So I called my driver up and I said, listen, my brother needs a ride to Westchester. He's moving back all this stuff to my mother's house. I wasn't going to go with him, but my brother asked me to come along for the ride because it was like a 2-hour drive from New York. So I decided to go with them, but I was sitting in the back seat and my brother was in the front seat with the driver. And, the driver, he ran 6 red lights, guys. And I was sitting in the back seat and I was eating. I wasn't paying attention. And I realized what he was doing because he started speeding. And I was like, slow down, why are you driving like this? And next thing I knew, I turned around. This one at the intersection, a huge 18-wheeler dump truck. Guys, I didn't even have time to prepare myself or to even hold on. I wasn't even wearing a seatbelt. And within a couple seconds before the impact, that's when I saw it. I turned around this way and boom, it hit on my side of the car. And when that happened, I didn't realize, I knew what happened, but my body, I guess adrenaline kicked in, so I didn't feel any pain. I couldn't move. The driver now, he got out of the car and he left the scene of the accident. My brother was in the front seat. He was trying to get out because I was sitting right behind him. So my brother finally got out of the car and he was trying to get me out, but he couldn't get me out and I was bleeding out. I have a scar of 150 stitches. My whole face was busted open. My spine was messed up. I went through couple years of physical therapy, seeing plastic surgeons. My spine was messed up, chiropractor. Guys, it was bad. It was bad. But let's get back to the accident. Now, when the impact happened, my brother called the hospital. All the cops came. The ambulance came. They got me out of the car. They had to cut the car open to get me out. And, I remember seeing my brother, and he was trying to get me out, but he couldn't get me out because the door was really tight. He couldn't, it was jammed. He couldn't get me out. And the paramedics came, the cops came, the paramedics, they had to cut open the car to get me out. So they got me out of the car and they put me in the ambulance. So while I'm in the ambulance, I was in and out of consciousness and the paramedics were talking to me. They're like, stay with me, stay with me. And I could hear my brother screaming because I was bleeding out so much. There was so much blood coming out of my face. And they wasn't sure where I was bleeding from, but it was gushing out a lot of blood, right? I was covered in blood. So they got me in the ambulance, and I remember the paramedics, the look in the paramedics' eyes, I knew I was dying. And they started praying the Our Father prayer. I started praying with them, and they were holding my hand. They're like, no, stay with me, stay with me. And I could hear my brother screaming, please don't let my sister die. Please don't let my sister die. And I could feel, at that point, like my soul was getting ready to leave my body. And so the paramedics started praying, and I looked up at the paramedics, one of them, and I said to him, I was like, am I going to die? And the look in his eyes was he started praying. He goes, pray with me, and we started saying the Our Father prayer. And then both paramedics now, they started praying, the Lord's my shepherd. because at that point I was in and out of consciousness, in and out of consciousness. So by the time they got me to Bellevue Hospital, the doctors, everyone had contacted my mother, my ex-fiance, well, my ex-husband, father is a priest, and his mother, but they lived in Seattle. So they flew into New York. My family was there. They all were in the chapel praying because the doctors called them in. They're like, she's not going to make it. So I was in a coma for 3 days, guys. So for 3 days, my family, they were in the chapel, in the church praying for 3 days. Now, when they got me to the hospital, they started cutting off my clothes, and they did a CAT scan, and they did a bunch of tests, and my body started going into shock. At that moment was when I flatlined. Now, when my soul was leaving my body, guys, it was like, how do I explain it? I started jerking like this on the table, and next thing I knew, my soul came out of my body, but the cord wasn't cut, and I was in this dark, dark room. It was pitch black. There was no light whatsoever, and I couldn't move. And I'm standing there, but I was really like confused. I'm like, what am I doing here? What is this? And then all of a sudden, a little sprinkle of a light, right? A sprinkle of a light, gold light, white, gold and white, something like that. It started growing. It was really small, and then it started growing, right? It started growing, and it grew into a huge, huge doorway. And here I am in front of this doorway, and I'm confused. But guys, before I crossed over, I was praying to God with the paramedics, and I was saying to God, I'm so young. I was only 26 years old, guys. I was like, I'm so young. I'm not ready to die. I don't want to die. I knew I was dying. You know. And anyway, when I crossed over, this huge doorway opened. I mean, it was a huge light, right? It was like I was in this huge dark room. I didn't see a tunnel. I was just in front of the light, but I couldn't move because the cord was still attached to my body. But if that cord was broken, I would have been able to cross over. But I didn't, I was just in the middle, right? And what happened was, this man appeared, guys. A man appeared, a silhouette of a man. He was like tall, like 6 feet tall. He was wearing a hat like my grandfather. But I remembered when my grandfather was alive, my grandfather always said to me, when you cross over, I'm going to be at the gate waiting for you. So that hat looked like my grandfather, but he didn't talk to me. I couldn't talk. I remember looking, and I wasn't in the physical body, but I was conscious. Just like how I'm conscious right now, talking to you guys, I was conscious, but I couldn't talk. I was standing there, and I was confused. It's like, I was confused. I was in a state of confusion. I didn't know who I was. I didn't remember my life. I didn't remember anything like that. All I remember is standing there in front of this light, and this light, guys, was so welcoming. It was so welcoming that I wanted to cross over. I wanted to go. I didn't remember my life on earth. I didn't remember anything like that. So this man, every time I would try to go towards the doorway to cross over, he would keep shaking his head. He would keep looking at me, and he would keep shaking his head like this. Like no. And I was in front of this light for a long time, but it didn't seem that long because I had no recollection of time. But afterwards, when I woke up in ICU, I found out that I was in a coma for 3 days. So it's like I was standing there, and I was in a state of limbo. Like I was at peace though. Like the light was so welcoming. I was at peace. I wanted to go to the light, but I couldn't go to the light. And this guy, the tall man was saying to me, no. He was like, say no. And next thing I knew, I woke up in ICU. Guys, when I woke up in ICU, I saw my ex-husband on my bed like this. He was there for 3 days. And my in-laws and my family and everyone, they were in the hospital because the doctors contacted them and they were like, we need all of you here. She's not going to make it. And I believe from that experience, guys, I have always been very spiritual. I inherited the spiritual gift from my mother because I remembered when I was a child, like about 7 years old, I saw a spirit, but it was like an angel, like a little girl had like gold coming down of her, And then the year after that, I saw something else, another spirit, but I was too young to really understand what that was, right? And then another time I saw white orbs floating all around me, but I never thought it was the spiritual realm. I never thought that I had that gift until my grandfather told me, and this was before my accident. My grandfather was like, you inherited this gift from your mother. You need to start meditating. to, you need to stop meditating. But guys, back then I was young. I didn't know what meditation meant, But anyway, after crossing over and seeing the light and coming back into this world, a couple months after, guys, I was in a lot of pain. I had wished, when I came back into my physical body, I had wished if I had died, because I went through tons of therapy, seeing surgeons, this doctor, that doctor, acupuncture. The pain was bad. The pain was so bad because they shocked me to get a heartbeat. And days after, when I came home, I was home by myself. They let me go home early because I was married to a doctor, a surgeon. So the doctors, they were like, oh, no problem. Your husband can take you home. He can take care of you at home. So that's why they let me go home early, right? The minute I woke up in ICU, they sent me upstairs to the room, and I only stayed there a couple hours, and they sent me home, right? They're like, your husband is a doctor. We went to school with him. He can take care of you. So they sent me home. But guys, days after that, I was home by myself, and I felt the shock in my heart. Like, I can't explain it, guys. This pain was so bad. Like, when they resuscitate you and you come out of that, you still have shockwaves going through your body. And I sat on the floor and I was like, oh my God. Like, at that moment, I wished if I had died. But I realized, guys, through the years, this happened October 13th of this year. Will make it 20 years, right? I remember this like it happened yesterday. And what I've realized, guys, after I came back into the physical body, and after I went through a year and a half of physical therapy, because my spine was messed up, I had swelling in the brain, I had fluid in my brain, it was pretty bad. TMJ, I was messed up. My spine, the cartilage started shrinking. I had to, see the chiropractor 3 days a week. Back then, we didn't have CBD oil, And I was also taking painkillers, but I don't like taking painkillers. What was it? Vicodin I was taking. I got rid of that because it made me itchy. I'm not into pills and stuff. So I started going to see the acupuncturist just to get acupuncture to, for the pain, because I refused to take medication, right? Now, when I came back into the physical body, about a month or 2 months after, I started seeing a cluster of pink orbs around me. And I was looking at it and I'm like, what is that? I didn't realize that it was spiritual orbs. I didn't realize that we have these, and I saw it with my bare eyes. And I was like, I didn't know what it was until later on when I started reading and researching. Then I realized what it was. And I see it all the time now because I'm comfortable. I'm very spiritual. So a lot of spiritual stuff or whatever it is attracted to me. And I can sense things. But that accident had a lot to do with opening up my eyes to the spiritual realm, So I know what's out there. You know what I mean, guys? But the thing I'm getting at with you, what I'm trying to say is, each and every one of you, you're here for a purpose. You might not know what your purpose is now. I know what I'm here for. I'm here to help people, to share my knowledge. I didn't know that then. I know that now. And working online has made me realize that, So what I'm trying to say to you guys, each and every one of you, you're here for a reason. Maybe you don't know what the reasons are yet, but you are. You're here for a reason, right? And I wanted to share that with you guys. And it became more apparent to me when I went to Mexico. First I went to Mexicali, then I went to Mexico. And when I went to Mexico, I had a spiritual awakening. Right, guys? I was at my friend's house on the bed because my eyes are open to the spiritual realm. And in the room, her daughter went to college. So the room was empty, but it was kind of goth, and they were kind of like red writing on the wall, and I had just gotten there. And I was lying on the bed, guys. It was like the spiritual hours in the morning. Like, I think it was like probably between 1 to 3. And the lights were on. My friend, he was sleeping on the other side of the bed. I was sleeping on the other side of the bed. We had just gotten there. And the lights were on, and I was just lying there because, I just flew in from New York. And for some reason, something told me to open my eyes. And when I opened my eyes, I saw something like a woman sitting on the bed. So I thought, oh my God, maybe it's my girlfriend's daughter. Maybe she came in. So my eyes are open and I'm watching it. And then we made eye contact, direct eye contact. And when we made that contact, guys, it was a demon. And I was like, I was just like, I couldn't believe what I saw. So I said to my friend, he was like sleeping on the other side of the bed, but he was between sleep and wake. And I was like, oh my God, I just saw something. But I didn't tell him what I saw because I don't want people to think I'm crazy, right? I didn't share that with them. So we decided to go into Mexico now. We drove into Mexico and we stayed at one of Rosarito Beach Hotel. Now we stayed there one night. The next morning I got up and I'm taking a shower. I got out of the bathroom and I was walking in the hallway and I see a cluster of black orbs. Guys, I freaked out. I think all of this started happening when I started enlightenment, spiritual awakening, you know, because these things never happened before. But after my accident, that's when my spiritual eyes like really opened, like to the spiritual realm. And I was terrified. I ran out of the room, left my suitcase in there. My friend came out. He goes, why did you leave? I was like, you have no idea. And then I told him what happened. And he goes, oh my gosh. Because I didn't realize he believed in those things. So I stayed quiet. I was like, no, I'm not going back into the room, you know. But I saw dark guys. There were like a cluster, like maybe 10 of them. They were floating right around me. And I said to him, I was like, do you see that? And he said, no, I don't see anything. I left my suitcase, everything. I didn't even put makeup on. I was still wearing my robe. I had just taken a shower. I ran out of the hotel room. And he came out at me. He goes, what happened? I was like, this is what I saw. You know, so since then, my eyes has been open to the spiritual realm. I don't really share that much with people. So I'm very in tune with energy. I'm very in tune with, I sense things. I smell things. Like I can smell the scent of death. Like if someone is really sick and they have a terminal disease, I can sense it. I can smell, I can sense that. But I never really wanted to learn more about it. But guys, this is my gift. And, you know, I'm creating my new YouTube channel. I'm using the same channel, but I'm going to be focusing a little bit more on spirituality and entrepreneurship, you know, and because it comes hand in hand, guys, you know. But yeah, this is my experience, you know, and when I came back from Mexico, I went and I got baptized because I was terrified. And I prayed to God and I asked him, I was like, look, I don't want to see these things anymore. And it had stopped for a while until last year when I was doing a video and the orbs just started shooting up. And I was talking about this same topic, guys. When I first started this video today, just now, I just saw the orb just shoot right around here. I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to go back and find it and show you. Whenever I talk about spiritual stuff, I start to see orbs and they show themselves in my video. So this is energy. This is energy and all this is real. Prayer, guys. Prayer is so important. I've been vegetarian for the past 3 weeks. I haven't been drinking any alcohol. I've been praying, you know, doing meditation and stuff like that. I am beginning to feel like the best I've ever felt in my entire life, you know. So what I want to say to you guys, each and every one of you, you guys are here for a purpose. Maybe you don't know what your purpose is yet, but each and every one of you, you're here for a purpose. And in time, if you start meditating and you start opening yourself up, guys, you're going to find out exactly what your purpose is. And for me, I know what my purpose is. You know, my purpose here on earth is to help people. And I am grateful that God has given me that gift, you know. And actually, that gift came from my mother. My mother's very spiritual, very religious. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my family. I came from a Muslim family background, so I am not religious, right? I am not religious. My family is religious. I am very spiritual, you know. And I'm happy that my eyes has been open to see what's out there. And what I've experienced, a lot of people are never going to experience this in their lifetime. You know, so I am grateful. You know, guys, and when this first started happening to me, I was terrified. I was terrified. I was scared to death because I didn't know what to believe. I was like, why am I seeing these things and nobody else is seeing this? You know, when was it? Back in October, a couple months ago, I had a friend. He was staying with me here and there. His brother died of a heroin overdose back in September, right, guys? So he would come over and help me clean up my house, whatever, and I would give him some money. So he was kind of depressed. So I was like, oh, you know, I have, you know, 2 extra bedrooms, stay in one of the room, you know, because he was really depressed. He was kind of like suicidal. He was really, really depressed because his brother died of a heroin overdose. So he was helping me out. But the thing is, while he was here, strange things started happening in my house. I feel like his brother's soul is not at rest and it didn't see the light and it followed him here and it started contacting me, right? So he was in one of the guest rooms sleeping and I was in my bedroom and I locked my door. I always lock my door because I live alone. I always lock my door. All my doors are locked, right? all of a sudden, I see my door opening by itself. So I got up. The door is still locked. I locked it. I looked out. He was in the other room sleeping. So there was no one here. So I got up and I went to the kitchen and I made some food and I went back into my room. And I'm sitting in the bed and I'm just like, I'm like, that's kind of strange. Why is my door opening on its own? Then the door opened again. At that point, guys, I kind of freaked out. So I got up and I knocked. So I was like, wake up, we need to smoke this house. So we smoked the house with sage, opened the door, I burned all the stuff, smoked the house out. Everything was good for a couple of days. But the fact is, this only happened when he came over to visit me or help me out, right? So another time he's here and he's sitting on the couch there and I'm sitting on this couch and we're having a glass of wine and he's like, oh, I want to have a cigarette, So I said, okay, no problem. So he went outside to have a cigarette. Guys, my bedroom door is closed. I was like, I'm coming up, I'm going to go upstairs, get some coffee, So I came upstairs, my bedroom door is wide open. I closed the door, guys. I went back downstairs and I said to him, I was like, oh my gosh, my bedroom door is open again. He came upstairs with me, right? And what happened was my bedroom door was wide open again. When I went into the bedroom, this is what happened. My comforter is rolled up like a body bag. And I went into my bathroom. Nobody goes into my bathroom. I have my own bathroom in my bedroom. I'm the only one that uses that. I mean, I have another bathroom out in the hallway for when I have guests, they can use the guest bathroom, right? I called him and we went in the room. He goes, oh my God. He goes, I think it's my brother trying to reach me. Guys, when I went into my bathroom, my toilet, the seat on the toilet is broken. I'm a small person. No one else uses my bathroom. How my seat is broken? So at that point, I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I went to one of the spiritual store. I had them dress up a white candle, so I started praying and I burned a 7-day candle. Everything was fine for the 7 days, right? Now, this guy, my friend, wasn't here. Everything was fine. He came over to visit me and he decided to stay over. And we kind of hung out in the living room. He went to sleep in the other room, spent the night. I was in my bedroom. And guys, the door opened again. And the door is still locked, but it just opened. I'm like, this is impossible. How is this happening? Why is this happening? So I came out, and this was like about 3 o'clock in the morning. I came out and I was heating up food. And while I'm heating up food in the morning, guys, I heard a voice clearly. It was like a mischievous voice. And the voice was like, I got you. So obviously the voice wasn't directing itself at me. I think it was his brother that was trying to connect with me. Anyway, I just freaked out. I went into my room and I locked the door and I'm sitting on my bed and I'm watching. Guys, the door opened again. But this time the door opened and it was like there was a present in front of the door. And I was just like, I said, what are you doing here? I said, you have no reason to be here in my house. Get out. And when I told it to leave, that's when it just left. And nothing else happened. But again, I don't have that friend of mine coming over. I don't want him coming over to my place if you're going to bring these type of things. And you never know, guys, what type of energy you're surrounding yourself with. I'm very careful who I socialize with because you don't know what type of energy they're projecting. But he was the one that said to me, he goes, that's my brother. My brother wants me with him. And this guy wanted to commit suicide too. He but the point I'm getting at, guys, each and every one of us is here for a reason. And I wanted to share that with you all. So let me give you guys a shout out. So, hey, Ron, what's going on? Hey, Edgar, Faraz, hey, David. My aunt is here. What's going on, Hasra? How are you doing? Brittany, Laura, what's going on, Laura? What's going on, beautiful? Oh my God, Laura, remember when I was doing that video last year and the orbs just started shooting up and they were like all over the place? Right? Remember, I was talking about this same topic. And when I started talking about this topic, I saw the orb went this way. And it's the beginning of this video. But I'm going to watch this video again and I'm going to take a snapshot and show you guys. Guys, it's amazing how everything is connected. The spiritual realm, each and every one, we're connected because of the magnetic field, right? Each and every one of us, we're connected to each other, right? And the more I study this, the more I find that this is my calling. This is where I need to be. And, guys, it's amazing because when it comes to entrepreneurship and marketing, You know, we all meditate. We all, we all want to manifest success. But everything is connected, and you have to learn how to tap into that frequency, and our thoughts is huge, and I wanted to share that with you guys. I got Ron in here, Marina, Ian, Mike. What's going on? My uncle is here too. What's going on, Uncle Tahamid? How you doing? Oh my gosh, my family. Hey, Jag. Hey, Steve. Wow, I got a lot of people on here. Hi, everyone. So I wanted to share that with you guys. Each and every one of you, you're here for a reason. And another thing, when my dog passed away, I was on a leadership cruise in the Caribbean when I got the news, right? So I wasn't in New York. I flew back to New York the next day. And when I came home, I was depressed. Guess what? I saw her run across the floor. Run across the couch. And I was like, I didn't pay attention to it. I saw it, and I was just so depressed, guys. I went to the sink where I give her a bath, and I was washing something, and all of a sudden I felt like her little leg went on my foot like this, so I'm very in tune with spiritual stuff, and I feel energy. I even feel people's energy. I even sense people's energy, and now I am more open to this. And guys, I've been, from what my grandfather told me, to focus on my meditation and all of this stuff. That's what I've been doing. That's why I became vegetarian. I'm no longer eating meat and any of those stuff, because I believe we all have a soul. It doesn't matter. A soul is a soul, whether it's an animal or a human. It's a soul. And even though plants are alive as well, plants are alive. Plants have feelings too, and they listen to what you're saying. But if plants doesn't have a nervous system, so they don't feel pain when you eat them. But animals do. They're scared. So yeah, because of that, I no longer want to eat meat anymore. Hey, Laura, what's going on? She goes, yes, I totally agree with this. Hey, Sam, what's going on? Oh, wow, scary. I would freak out. Yeah, guys, that freaked me out. I was just like, I was like, what is happening? Especially, that was the first time, guys, I heard the voice. It was like a guy that was like in his 30s. The voice was clear as day. And I'm here by myself. It's like, my kitchen is there, and that's my living room. So, and it was like in the morning, there was no one around. I was here by myself in the kitchen, and I heard the voice clearly. And I was like, oh, I freaked out, but I didn't show that I was scared. You know what I mean? And yeah, so I want to share something with you guys. Each and every one of you, you're here for a reason, because I got sent back. I'm here for a reason, and I know why I'm here, and I wanted to share that with you guys. This is Laura. I can't feel it when they are dead, though. What do you mean? I didn't see it, though. Look, come on. My bedroom door opening on its own. Guys, what was kind of strange is that I had went to the store and bought a bottle of wine, and I poured a glass of wine, had it right here on this table. This was before all of this started happening, right? And I went to my bathroom in my bedroom, and I came back out looking for the wine. The wine was nowhere around. I was like, I just bought the wine. I just poured a glass. Where's a glass of wine, right? So I looked everywhere in my house. I checked my sink. The empty glass is not in there. I'm like, where could it be? 2 days after, where I found a glass of wine, and I'm here by myself, behind the couch. So that's when all of the spiritual things started happening with my friend that was here when his brother died of a heroin overdose. And what I think his soul is not at peace. I feel like his soul is not at rest, but because he died of an overdose. So, and I smoked my house, and I was like, get out of here. I don't want you in here. And it left. So everything has been good, So I don't want that guy coming back here. Who knows? Maybe his brother is with him or whatever. I don't know. But that's what I think, You said that animals feel when you eat them. Well, wait. You said, no, I didn't say animals. I didn't say animals feel when you eat them. When you eat animals, they're dead. You don't eat live animals. All I'm saying is animals have feelings. They show emotions. They have a nervous system. When you have a nervous system, you feel pain. Right, guys? I've watched videos with cows being slaughtered, and I see them crying. Animals have pain. When you see these things, it changes your mind. And guys, I was raised eating meat. I just don't have the desire for it anymore. I don't want it, And yeah. So what's going on, everyone? But listen, plants don't have a nervous system. They don't feel pain, but they have emotions. So you could talk to a plant and plant will show emotions. You know, certain plants, right? I see what you mean. Yes, of course. Exactly. So this is why I, quit eating meat, seafood. I am strictly vegetarian now because I want to tap more into my spiritual self, my higher self, Animals know when they're going to hurt them. Yes, animals know when you're going to hurt them. Animals know when they're going to die. And when you guys see that, it's going to change your mind, guys, from eating meat. And I'm not telling you guys to quit eating meat. You have your, but for me, I want to get more into my spiritual self. And, I was supposed to be going to Thailand next month to meditate with the monks in Thailand for 12 days silent meditation. But I had to postpone that for September because my godmother, her birthday is next month, and I'm taking her to Dominican Republic to celebrate her 76th birthday. And taking her to Thailand would have been a long flight, and she'll be by herself for 12 days because, anyway, my trip is already paid for Thailand, so I had to push it off for September. So I'm going to do that, So I wanted to share that with you guys. Each and every one of you, you're here for a reason. Maybe you might not know it yet. But in time, it's going to come to you. And I recommend you guys start meditating. Since I've been meditating, guys, I no longer feel stressed. I feel amazing. My energy level is up there. I feel amazing. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. Simon says, I'm actually considering going plant-based. Guys, I have never in my life felt this good. I don't even feel stress anymore. I really don't. I've been meditating 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night, which is equivalent to 8 hours a day of meditation, and I'm beginning to feel better. But yeah, guys, it's amazing. Each and every one of us, we have a soul and we're here for a reason. Maybe you might not know it yet, but in time, you're going to find out exactly what it is, Yes, I do sound meditation. I do Bikram. I do hot yoga where you're in a room. The room is about 105 degrees to 110 degrees, so it's really, really hot. And you sweat. You sweat while you're in there. And sometimes you feel like giving up. Sometimes you feel like you can't push yourself to do the next posture. But that's where your mind comes into play, right? Laura goes, I would love to not feel stress. Laura, if you start meditating, you're going to be able to block all those things out. Guys, when you feel stressed out, that's a negative emotion. That's attracting more things that are negative, right? And that could block the law of attraction to whatever you want to manifest. Yeah, I've been studying all those things. I just got so much information in my head, And the more I read and the more I research and the more I study, I am just amazed by just everything, Let me see. Do you have a recommendation how to start meditating? Someone to follow? Yes. Donna, go on YouTube. There's a lot of different frequencies of meditation you can use for anything. There are even meditation for neuroplasticity. There are even meditation for your neurons, for them to start firing together and all of this stuff, right? You can go on YouTube. Guys, I recommend getting headphones. Oh, another thing, Centuation. I've been using Centuation for about 6-7 months now. And this is amazing. You can go to the App Store, download Centuation. You'll get 4 of them free. They have different levels of different types of things you can manifest. The law of attraction, love, prosperity. I mean, the music is out of this world and it's so real. It actually started working with me right away. And, yes, go on YouTube channel. There are a lot of different types of frequency you can tap into for anything, guys, for anything, we have here, hey, Jace, let me see. But I see arguments for and arguments against all the time. Simon, I do too, but people can believe whatever they want. Guys, let me tell you something. Because your eyes are not open and you cannot see it, guess what? Because you cannot see the spiritual realm doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's there. It's there, and it's more apparent to me, you know. But yeah, in the accident, I remembered before my soul coming out of my body, I remember the doctor saying, code blue, code blue, code blue. And next thing, I flatlined and I crossed over into the spiritual realm. You know, I forgot to mention that part to you for you guys. And I have Simon here, master the mind. Yes, guys, meditation. Start meditating. Because you know what? When you start meditating, it's going to clear your mind. You're going to start blocking things out that is no good for you. You know, the stress. And it's something, meditation doesn't work right away. You have to do it repetitive. You have to do it every day. Set a time in the morning. You can lie down on your bed, or you can sit on a chair, or you can kneel down, or you can sit on the floor. Just be comfortable and just close your eyes. But you know what to do, guys? Get the meditation where the person is talking, so they guided meditation where they can guide you. Those are good, you know. Can you drop some recommendation, please, for meditation? Yes, Simon, go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. There's tons of different types of meditation. There are meditation for anything. Just, you know, it depends on what you want. There are meditation for neuroplasticity. There are meditation for the law of attraction. There are meditation for, but listen, when you guys go on YouTube and you're looking for these videos, make sure these videos have thousands, not thousands, like maybe like about 500,000 views or 1 million views, because that's how you know what is good. People that have the lower views, don't waste your time on that. All right, make sure you go on YouTube and you look for the videos for meditation that has the highest views. Okay, that's what I do. Michael is here. When you start meditating, you will tap into the limbic brain. Yeah. The seat of the, yes, Michael, exactly. Guys, things are going to start coming to you clearer. Things are going to start coming to you clearer. Things are going to start, you know, you're going to start seeing things differently. You're going to start feeling better about yourself, more confident. It doesn't matter what people say about you. You won't even care what they say or what they think. I don't care what people think about me, you know. Joe Dispenza, his meditations are very good. Yes, I know. You know, I've been reading his books. I have Joe Dispenza's books. I've been reading his books. But guys, you know, from studying near-death experiences, from what I realized, a lot of people have similar experiences. A lot of people, when they cross over, they see the bright light. For me, I couldn't move. But I wanted to go towards the light. You know, I wanted to go towards the light. But yeah, you know, and my girlfriend is here from Trinidad. What's going on, Sabrina? What's going on, beautiful? So what's going on, everyone? Do you guys have any questions? I recommend going on YouTube. Guys, try Syntuition. It's in the App Store. You're going to get 4 of them free. Use headphones. Headphones are better. Okay? And with Syntuition, 20 minutes of meditation in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening is equivalent to 8 hours of meditation a day. And it gets the neurons to fire together, to wire together. And some of these meditation are guided. So it keeps you focused. Just focus on the voice. And you know, it's going to take time. But once you start doing it every single day, you're going to start feeling better about yourself. You're just going to, everything is going to like be more clearer to you. You know? Same here. I don't care. Exactly, Sabrina. I don't care what people think of me. I don't, you know? But guys, this is what it is, and I recommend it. But I just wanted to share my story with you guys. You know, and I'm happy that orb just went flying this way. I think it's probably my dog Angel, because I think she's with me all the time. But you know what? After I'm done with this video, I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to watch the whole video, and I'm going to take snapshots exactly where it is. Because this is not the first time it has happened to me. Orbs have shown themselves whenever I talk about this topic. And guys, it exists. Everything exists. Our thoughts, what we think. We are the creators of our lives. We can create anything we want. We have the power within us to do anything we want, to accomplish any goals we want. We just have to believe in ourselves and believe in the process and go after it, you know? A new program. Syntuition. Syntuation. Syntuition. Syn. Yeah, I think so, right? Let me see. Yeah, Syntuition. 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 Guys, this app is amazing. Amazing. It's in an app store. I think for a year you pay like probably $100 and something for a year. It's worth it. It's worth it. What's up with people seeing numbers? I don't know what's up with people seeing numbers, but if you see 1111 and you've seen it all the time, that's angel number, right? Angel numbers. That means the divine spirit is trying to... Battery's going to dead on my phone. If you can think it, you can achieve it. Yes, if you can think it, guys, you can achieve it. We can achieve anything. We just have to align ourselves to the right frequency in order to do so. You know, so listen, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Look, my phone is going to cut off. I can't believe I was on for this long. But anyway, guys, I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. If you guys need anything, send me a message. I'm here to help you. But yes, guys, start meditating. All of this is real. All of this is real. All right. So I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everyone.